Another major issue that I see among students is that many of them are not confident enough about their candidature. They have a lot of self-doubts about their profile. In fact, many of them are surprised that they have got a call from a top B school. And then they have doubts in their mind, things like my academics is not good enough, I don't have a good profile, I don't have enough extracurricular activities to present my credentials, I don't have work experience, or I don't have quality work experience, or I've graduated last year but then I've not been working. All those kind of self-doubts keep adding on in their mind. Now let me make things very clear for you. If you have received a call from an institute, it means that the institute is interested in you, period. They know your profile, isn't it? Because you have filled up all the details in your CAT form, or be it an XCT form or a NMAT form, a SNAT form, whatever it is. At the time of application, you have filled in details about your academics, for example. So the institute knows about your 10th plus 2 degree marks. They know about your overall profile, whether you have work experience, are you a fresher, all these things considered, they have given you an interview call, isn't it? So grab it with both hands. The point I'm making is very clear, very straight, is that the institute is interested in you. That is why they have called you. It is not that they're trying to waste their time just calling a lot of people and then also including you in the lot. That's not the issue. That's not the way to look at it. The institute thinks that you're qualified enough, good enough to be called for the interview. They're interested in you. So please prepare well for the next round of the selection process. I've seen a lot of students over the years have these kind of self-doubts, whether their CAT score is good enough for a conversion. Their argument is that, I've just barely managed to clear the cutoffs, all those kind of things. So don't try and build obstacles in your mind. Be convinced that your candidature is something that the institute is looking forward to. In fact, I have 2 students who had severe problems with their academics but still managed to crack the IIMs. Both of them general category students, both of them engineers, and they took 8 years to complete their engineering. Why 8 years? 4 years was spent sitting in college, attending classes, and then they came out with a lot of back papers, and then the next 4 years they took to clear the backlogs, and both of them got selected to the IIMs. One of them was from NIT Calicut, the other was from College of Engineering, Trivandrum. Let me take the example of the first person from NIT Calicut. When he completed his course, that is after 4 years, and he came out of NIT Calicut, he had 8 back papers, out of which 2 of them were problem papers because the sessional marks were very low, and he had to get something like record marks to pass those 2 papers. He took CAT, he got multiple calls, went for the interviews, and got selected to the top IIMs, but he did not join. Now, as we all know, that once a student completes graduation, he or she can straight away join for an MBA program without waiting for the graduation results to be announced, and that person has time till 31st of December to submit his or her results to the B school, be it IIMs, be it XLRI, or any of the MBA institutes in India. The student has time till 31st of December. That is the year of joining the B school. So usually the program at the B school starts sometime in June or early July. So usually the graduation process gets over by May. The final year exams get over by May or early June, and then the fresher student, if that student is a fresher, would then straight away go and join the B school where he has got admission. And then the results would come out a few months later, and then by 31st of December, latest, the student can submit the degree certificate to the B school, and everything is fine. But in the case of the student that I'm talking about, although he got admission, he did not join because he was not sure of clearing those back papers, particularly the 2 problem papers. Next year, he took CAD again. By the time the number of back papers had come down to 4, he got multiple selections, did not join because again, those 2 problem papers were still hanging over his head like a Damocles sword. He took CAT a 3rd time. Would you believe it? He took CAT a 3rd time. And the interesting story was that when he was attending the interview at IIM Lucknow, one of the professors looked at him and said, "I think I've seen you before." And a man said, "Yes, I had attended the interview last year and I could not join because this was the issue." He got multiple selections that year, but then he still had those 2 papers. He had cleared 6 of the back papers. He still had those 2 problem papers left. He was not confident of clearing them. He knew that he would not pass the supplementary exam, so he did not join. Then what he did is he went back to NIT Calicut, sought the help of a professor whom you knew very well, and then that prof sat down and spent some time with him, coaching him and helping him to clear those back papers. He got enough marks to clear those papers, and then he wrote CAT a 4th time, got multiple calls and got selected to IIM Calcutta. General category student, took 8 years to complete engineering, joined IIM Calcutta. The story does not end there, my friends. In fact, the second part of the wonderful story just begins. During the summer placements at the end of the first year, he got picked up by one of the top-notch consulting firms, multinational, globally reputed company. He got placed in Tokyo, Japan for his summers. Spent 2 months there, did wonderfully well, and the company gave him a pre-placement of a PPO. He accepted it, which meant that during the second year on campus, he just breezed through the program because he was already placed, and then he went and worked with that multinational consulting firm in Tokyo. After a couple of years, he moved on from there. Today, he is based in Singapore. He is in a very senior management position in a multinational global bank. Now, I'm not saying that that is the way to crack an IIM, so don't get me wrong there. But what I'm trying to say is that he had enough skills, other skills. He had problems with his academics, but he had other skills, and the whole package possibly appealed to the institute, to the interview panel, and that is why he was getting selection every year to most of the top black key IIMs. I always keep telling students that don't bother about the selection process. Don't keep thinking about your probability of getting selected based on your profile and all those kind of things, because those things are not under your control. So leave the selection to the experts at the B school and look at factors which you can control. There are 2 factors, distinct standout factors which you can control. 1 is your preparation and 2 is your performance during the entire selection process, be it the essay writing process, be it the group discussion or the interview. Look at the interview as an opportunity for you. And if you have self-doubts, then you should be putting in 101% that extra effort in your preparation. So leave all the self-doubts right now in your nearest waste paper basket and start preparing well from now on. Now, while I say this, I'm sure that there will be still some students who are viewing this and saying that, "Sir, but my problem is different, my case is different." Take my advice, prepare well, and you will be very pleasantly surprised when you get selection. Appreciate your time. Hope my insights were valuable and you benefit from my expertise. Catch the next video in our GD interview mastery series for MBA aspirants. The link is in the description. Stay tuned for more success tips.